A very good morning to all of you. I welcome you all to the second day session of the online FDP program on leadership and excellence. We hope that yesterday you had an interesting session and enjoyed all the presentations. Today also we have 3 sessions lined up. I would like to inform all the participants about a slight change in the schedule. So the first presentation is going to be on character building by Mr. Mukund Zogrekar. The second presentation is going to be on emotional intelligence by Dr. Shikha Jain. And the third presentation will be on knowledge management by Dr. Ajit More. So to begin with, our first session is on character building by a very interesting personality that we have with us. It is a pleasure to introduce Dr. Commander, retired Commander, Mr. Mukund Zogrekar. Mr. Zogrekar realized his passion and aptitude for training while he served in the Indian Navy. He began his career as a helicopter pilot and later switched over to logistics functions, wherein he did post-graduation in management. He sought premature retirement to pursue his interest in learning and development. His experience includes materials, finance, and human resource management. He has authored 5 professional books which added value to quality of training and operations. He was a senior instructor at Navy's Management Faculty for Officers. Mr. Mukunda Zogekar has been a certified facilitator since 2006. He was a facilitator at Pegasus Institute for Excellence for 4 years. He has undergone basic and advanced lab in human process conducted by ISABS. He is a well-experienced and effective facilitator who has conducted over 800 outbound and inbound learning programs, dealing with over 100 clients such as Geometric, Siemens, ADP, Credit Suisse, BMC Software, Fiat, just to name a few. Mr. Mukunda Zogrekar articulates various aspects such as managerial intervention, human processes, and behavioral communication so well that it gives a wholesome understanding with respect to the organization's ecosystem. His main focus has been enrichment of human capital using various methodologies as suitable to the target audience. He has used outbound and inbound methodologies to assess and develop individuals based on the intended competencies, integrate cross-function teams, simulate project management. He has facilitated change management for organizations such as BMC, Vasu Chemicals, and a few more. He believes senior management must be aligned and have conducted programs to align senior management in companies like Credit Suisse. With great pleasure, I would now like to welcome our first presenter, Mr. Mukund Zogrekar. I welcome you, sir, and I request you to start your session.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Dipti Khanvilkar, all the organizers, and Guna College of Pharmacy for giving me this opportunity to interact with all of you. And the fact that session is started exactly at 10 o'clock, it actually indicates that everyone has paid all the efforts and organized so well that we started, despite complexity, exactly at 10 o'clock. And this itself is a part of leadership. Anyway, great. So here it is. We are together for about an hour plus, and I sincerely hope that my thoughts on character building and how does it link it to leadership and excellence. They help you in imbibing something in your natural way of working. All right. So right at the beginning, I appreciate the thinking and efforts of Bharati Vidyapit College of Pharmacy for arranging talks on topics pertaining to leadership and excellence. Now, this is a topic which is widely discussed in academic institutes, politics, corporate industries, sports, and military services. Now, this is not now, but this is since historical and mythological days, and it mattered to everyone's life every day, either as a leader or recipient of decisions taken by the leader. So, consolidation of one's knowledge and experience and converting into personal power is by building one's character. And that is a topic we are going to understand in little more depth. A leader who has no authentic character will always fail to motivate people. If leader has all qualities such as knowledge, personality, public speaking skill, authoritative designation, etc., but leader has no character, no honesty, no sense of justice, his juniors will only abide by rules because of fear of losing their job and only pray that leader goes on transfer or he retires quickly. So yesterday, chief guest, Vice Chancellor Dr. Naveen Seth, he also mentioned that quality of leadership comes from character. And also Dr. Sachin Venekar, Dean of IMED, he gave example how one man makes a difference and the fact that without character, leader cannot achieve excellence. It means look at the way the leadership and excellence seminar workshop is revealed. It is all becoming congruent. It is not appearing to be a disjointed pieces of topic. Okay. Now, incidentally, we are discussing character building today, 12th of Jan, which is celebrated as National Youth Day, which is the birthday of Swami Vivekananda, who was well acknowledged all over the world for his philosophy for brotherhood. His famous quote was, "Wake up with determination and go to sleep with satisfaction." How nice, isn't it? Yeah. So people who go to sleep with satisfaction, they also have peaceful sleep. Yeah. People who have built their character, they go to sleep with peace and satisfaction. Now today is also birthday of Jijamata Bhosle, mother of Chhatrapati Shivaji. She not only motivated Chhatrapati Shivaji, but also emphasized on character building. Now, I understand all of you are faculties. Every day you deal with students. Now, as faculties, I'm sure each one of us, each one of you puts in efforts every day to refine the subject that you teach. We make it more relevant. We make it more current. We make it more interesting. And to do that, we too learn every day. They say if you're not a learner, you cannot be a trainer. Now, character building here, we are dealing this topic in two sides of the context, like a double-edged sword. On one side, it is projecting self as morally, ethically bound character of self while you come in front of your students. And the other edge is to inspire and assure students to imbibe character based on their behavior. The students are in their formative years. When they receive that from you, for many years they are going to quote you. You won't even know how do you impact your students. Now for years they are going to tell your example to their business colleagues and their even children. I also have a memory of Dr. S.G. Chitale, who taught us mathematics. That is not so great because there are so many professors who teach mathematics. What is so great? But the greatness of Dr. Chitale was, along with mathematics, he taught us life lessons. Now you will wonder what is maths has got to do with life. Maths is only solving sums and coming to some figure as your answer. But see, how did he relate? What used to happen is, after the class got over, many students used to go to his room to clarify some queries. You know, most as students also enter your room and say, "May I come in, sir?" As any student says, "May I come in, sir?" he would ask them, "Are you a numerator or denominator?" So obviously students used to get confused. If students say numerator, he would say, "Okay, come in, sit down, tell me what is the query you have." And if student says, "I am a denominator," Dr. Chitale would say, "Come tomorrow, I am busy today." Now this used to happen quite regularly. But we did not have courage to go up to him and say, why are you saying what is numerator and what is denominator got to do with me solving queries with you? One day, just short of passing out, some of us gathered courage and we asked him that what is the secret of numerator and denominator? You allow numerator to come in but reject denominator. Then he explained that numerator is above the line, and if numerator grows, the whole quotient grows. But if denominator grows, the entire value of quotient reduces. See, we studied fraction, I think, in third or fourth standard, but we never related that to life, and that is what made him great. Now look at the people in the society. When they grow, if they are denominator, they will reduce value of entire society. And if people are numerator, they will increase value of entire society. Now see how our topic may be technical, topic may be non-technical, but how each topic has something for us to learn as a part of life. Okay. Now besides the academic part, one fundamental element of our existence is enjoying our life. Is there anybody here who doesn't want to enjoy life? I'm sure all of us want to enjoy life. Now, if all of us want to enjoy life, something more fundamental, and that is, do we want to enjoy life forever? क्या हमें जिंदगी भर सुखी और समाधानी रहना है? Well, the joy forever surely comes from character. Now, there are people who have earned a lot of money. They have come in the limelight. They have entered glamour industry. But then they ran away to foreign countries and not willing to come back. Because they know it, if they come back, they will not be honorably received at the airport. Now, that is the sad state of one's life. They reach that sad state because they never build their character. Now, this topic is not limited to a particular industry or age group. Now, since character building is not done through 3 day short course, just like how do you do business communication. Yeah? So it is important to understand the big picture and the philosophy of character building. Then we know that where am I with respect to this big picture. Then I know how much is the departure that I need to make to feel that yes, I am character bound person. And the big picture is that building character is building a nation. And that's the big picture I'm talking about. If one professor can influence 60 students or even more than 60 students, you can imagine how many students will decide to work on their character. And that too while they are at their formative years. That is usually 18 to 21 years are known as formative years. Because there is an assumption that your identity is almost formed. And if the identity is almost formed, the formative years are opinionated. Your opinions are getting formed. And if you get a right impact, right input of character building, people tend to think, yes, this is what I need to grow. Now that is the time their belief system is getting formed. And that is the time students choose what they want to become. They have chosen what they want to do, but what they want to become is what they are contemplating. They have chosen a particular stream for their profession. But you ask them what you want to become, they are not very sure. And that is what they are contemplating. Now, this topic is far more relevant in current situation. The country has been under lockdown due to COVID for since March 2020. Now, some people have died, some people have lost their job, some people are struggling to pay their loan installment, some students are unable to pay their fees. And there are so many trying situations all over the world. Now, there's a possibility of increase in crime rate. There's a possibility of emotional breakdown. There's a possibility of violating norms for survival. Now, this is the time to hold on. This is the time to display ethical behavior. It is tough, but it is possible. Now, since we are talking about character building, let's quickly align ourselves with what character is first, and then move on to see how do we build it. In simple terms, character is qualities which are distinctive to an individual. Now, these qualities, according to Swami Vivekananda, conforms to moral behavior such as humanity and brotherhood. Now, character is essentially formed by honesty and integrity. Now, next logical step is, okay, if that is the case, do we really need character? Or we can do away with all ethics, rules, laws of society, code of conduct, norms, culture. Can we really do away with everything? Now, in case society is deprived of character, the whole country will come to standstill. It will lead to issue of law and order, looting, and then violence. That means we very much need character. Even animals have shown character without knowing the theory of character building. If that be the case, then how do we build character? अब तक तो ठीक है, कैरेक्टर क्या है, क्यों हमें चाहिए, लेकिन कैसे डेवलप करना है ये समझना जरूरी है. Now, character is not an software application which one can download from the net. Just like you put your PAN number, Aadhaar card, your name, and download. Yes, you got character as app on your cell phone. No, that's not possible. It also cannot be outsourced to some agency. I cannot hire some agency, you build character for me, just like someone builds your house. Now, character is not downloaded, but character is uploaded into the system by me to the system in which I am working. It is inside out. You have to get involved in fabricating your own character. Now, character needs to be built just like bodybuilding or like constructing an apartment. There's a need to make a proper plan. If we don't do anything consciously, character is naturally formed till now. We are not zero. It is formed to some extent. However, when we consciously think about it and recollect all the values that were imbibed through the childhood, we will get some headway. And it will become easy for you to consolidate your value system. Now, this is exactly the inside out path. Now, add values and code of conduct that are already followed in the institute that we are working for. Then ask yourself whether your value systems are matching with organizations you work for or with the job that you are doing right now. There is a need to align ourselves with values and the system. I'll give you an example. There used to be Justice Mahadev Govind Ranade. He was the first Indian judge during British rule in Mumbai High Court in 1885. His work was related to justice and his value was also justice. And so he opposed the tradition of, there used to be, ladies were asked to shave off their head after their shave off their hair after the death of their husband. The whole society went against him, but he didn't give up.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but would you like to share your slides?
No, my slides are they are relevant little later.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. Now, because Justice Ranade's image was the one who would go by justice, and his role also demanded, that is how his image was formed. Now, finding out our values, our organization's values, social values as an exercise will give some more headway. Now look at national level, the glorious culture and value our country had. This is in ancient times. The recollect transformation of Samrat Ashok went through around 250 years before Christ. A person who was a warrior who won Kalinga war, which his forefathers could not win. And one day he realized, what has he gained by killing people? He gave up fighting. Look at the transformation. Look at Arya Chanakya's advice which he gave to King Chandragupta Maurya. And king had to pay artisans their dues within 21 days during the era when there was no NEFT mode of transfer. Look at hundreds of saints, all religious books, Vedas, they all are full of examples of moral behavior. आपको याद होगा the famous dialogue between Alexander and the Porus in May 326 BC, when Alexander said that he fought so many battles, but he appreciated the way Porus fought the war. And so Alexander asked him, "Yeah, I enjoyed fighting war with you. How should I treat you?" Now, Porus at once replied, "Don't treat me like a defeated king. Treat me with respect." Now, Alexander was so happy with this response, he made him caretaker of the province and he went back to his country. Also, remember Swami Vivekananda's famous talk at Chicago in September 1893. He stunned the whole world by addressing brothers and sisters instead of practice of addressing the audience as ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so 19th and 20th century is full of social reformers who gave morality to our country, and it is imbibed deeply in our roots. In this regard, we are definitely superior to other countries of the world, and world has come to realize that. However, over the last 40-50 years, due to sudden onslaught of Western culture and technology that impacted us, the economic power became the only way to define success. Now, since then, we have forgotten our true image and we felt inferior. We didn't pay attention to honorable image. The character always had that image. We neglected our DNA and we ran after competing each other to earn more and more money. Now, students did not know whom to look up to as a role model. If you show them a photograph of Dr. Homi Bhabha, they may not recognize him, but you show them a film hero, within seconds they'll tell you all the details. They don't know what project our scientists are taking on at ISRO or TIFR, but they would know who is the captain of which IPL team. However, it's a high time to regain our true color by building character, which is comprised of honesty, integrity, sabhyata, sadachar. That's one part of self. Now, on the other part, it is responsibility to instill importance of character onto your students during 2 to 3 years of time, while they are mostly passing through formative years. They look up to you for guidance, as majority have outgrown their parents. Their opinion is also undergoing change from duality of thinking to multiplicity of thinking. Now, this is during college days. Now, when it comes to their placement, companies who are invited for campus interview, they are also aware that students do not have experience. वो जानते हैं कि विद्यार्थियों के पास अनुभव नहीं है. They are only academically qualified. And so during campus interview, along with subject knowledge, they are observing what is indicative of their character. Okay. Therefore, character building is mostly suitable for them. Another thing is many students do go abroad. That is for higher education. Now, when they go abroad, they are as good as brand ambassador of our country. They are going to show what they have accumulated so far through their graduation. Earliest example was Dr. Anandi Joshi, the first lady doctor who got qualified as MD at Pennsylvania in USA in 1886. Professors there were impressed by her character. Now, we are all the time talking about character, but so far it is fine to understand and it's important since ancient times, historical times. But the more important question is, do we require, what is it that we require to build our character? It's a journey. At present, we are not at starting line. Why do I say this, that we are not at starting line? You recollect all stories your grandparents told you. Now, at the end of the story, there was always a moral lesson. Even now, we receive stories on WhatsApp which has moral message. Good morning messages in the form of thought of the day. Series of such moral lessons have impacted us. That means we are definitely not at starting line. Am I not visible? I think somebody
Yeah.
sent a message that I am not visible.
Yes, sir, you're visible.
Ah, okay, okay. Maybe he wants to see someone who's not visible.
So I think, are you using any presentation?
I will be, but
Okay.
it is going to take maybe another 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I understand. I think this topic initially because there is some capacity to learn in the beginning, and I have kept it towards halfway through. Okay. All right. So series of such moral lessons have impacted us. That means we are not at starting line. We are completely done. We are in between. Now life teaches us lessons from time to time, and all of us do course correction. Now this is to consciously build character. There are few prerequisites. Now, foremost among them is, do we have honest intention? Do we have honest intention to build our character? If the answer is yes, then there's a point in going ahead. The moment you have intention, your energy will flow, energy will follow your intention. And that's why fundamental prerequisite is intention. Now, one of the principle of success is whenever you invest your energy, you grow in that direction. The second condition is, do we believe that we can build character? Let's say the answer is yes. The third condition is, do we have guts to abide by the character? And the fourth condition is, do we have enough determination to maintain our character? Yeah. So I've said initially, do we have intention? Do we believe? Do we have guts? Do we have determination? Now, if you have all of these, then it will help you in building your character. Now, honesty, integrity, and compliance, they are non-negotiable among the list that you make out for yourself. Let's say while you're driving vehicle, if the red signal, just stop. And anyone crossing the signal, it will indicate that his character is not built. It is not that he's he's in a hurry, but his character is not built. Now, what is not going to work is convenience or compromise our intention. People have given up their life, but never compromised what they believed was right. You saw what happened across India-China border on 15th of June last year. Battalion Commander Colonel Rao and his troops, they sacrificed their life but didn't compromise on their primary task. Now let's say our character is almost formed. You went through steps like intention, belief, guts, determination, etc. If it is so, then character gives us certain advantages. Now I'm going to share a slide, and here is it for us to see. Just give me a few seconds to switch on the slides. Are you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now we are looking at, we have actually gone through the entire prerequisite from intention to guts to determination, etc. And we are assuming that character is formed. Then what does it do to us?
Sir,
Number
can you
one.
please make it to the full screen mode?
Okay. Is it better now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So the first thing that happens is it gives you strength. Now, strength is not financial strength or social strength. It gives you moral strength. It facilitates decision making. It generates respectable reputation. It reduces fear of authority. It builds confidence. It makes one trustworthy. And people around you also start depending on you. Okay. There's one more slide. It's not coming on. I think someone has taken the control, is it? I want to show the second slide.
So the control is with you itself.
But it's not going into second slide. I want to show second slide. Yeah. Yes. It facilitates leadership. Now, moment character is formed and your other qualities of leadership, it becomes easy for you to implement what you want to do. And in the bargain, what you're doing is there are people who work with you. So initially, when they're working with you, they have to work with you because they have been positioned to work with you. It is for their own survival, it is for their own job. But when they see that your leadership also has a flavor of character, they don't want to only have to work with you, but they want to work with you. Now, if they want to work with you, you become a successful leader because you are getting their willingness along with their competency, along with their experience, right? And obviously, if that is the way things happen, you bring pride to yourself and you bring pride to your family. Now, I want to go away from this PPT and I want to move ahead. And again, there are a few slides which I'll come back again. Okay. So if these are the characters, if these are the advantages that we are going to get by building our character, there was one slide, that fear of authority, which I mentioned, that you do not have fear of authority if your character is intact. Long time back, there used to be social reformer, almost more than 100 years back, Lokmanya Tilak. One day he was wrongly caught by teachers and they asked him to undergo a punishment. And he stood by his conviction and he didn't undergo a punishment. Now, today, people contemplate whether should I stand by what I believe or not necessary. Now, let's say this is all over. Now, what is the way ahead? What is next? Now, along with character building, there is one more aspect, that is patriotism. You belong to a great country. If you are gone for a movie or a function, and if there is national song being played, you stand up at once. There is no thinking involved, no deciding involved, no looking around involved. You just stand up for your national anthem. Similarly, if you are a student in foreign country and if the national song of that country is being played, you still stand up for your national song of that country. Now, these things are not given in the books, but this will form up in your character. When your character is fully formed, it will show up automatically. Situation will spring a surprise at you. Situation will not give you early warning. Now, this is the time to turn inwards and inquire into self. What are the principles and what are the values you have been following, or what are the values you agree that you need to follow, or what are the values that you are expected to follow. Now, this is not going to happen in one day. You will have to think about 1 point per day. Now, over a period of a month, you should be able to finalize it. Now, having done that, link your character with your primary task. Now, what is your primary task as of now? Role as a professor or faculty. See, how does character makes a difference in dealing? Yeah? Primarily, inspiring junior faculties. Most of the faculties acquire more and more qualification. Sometimes it is possible that junior faculties are more academically qualified than senior faculties. Not only PhD, but postdoctoral research. Even their papers get selected to be presented in international reputed universities. Now, if you are a senior faculty, character form person will automatically praise junior faculty for their achievements. Now, let's come to students. When it comes to your students, they also look at qualities other than the subject that you teach. They look at you, they look at your punctuality, they look at your interaction, your way of explaining queries. One of the common things teaching staff face is how and how much to be strict during exam. For example, copying in exam is considered to be a crime. Now, educational institutes ensure that students do not copy. There is a warning written on the board in the exam hall. Now, sometimes warning is read out to students that any student found to be copying, they'll be liable under section so and so and may be restricted from appearing in exam for next 2 years. Now, all right, this is a legality. This is more of administration and deterrence. However, still you find students attempt to copy. Now, where is the character in this? If a professor has one-to-one dialogue with a student and understand his cognitive difficulty, the same student may not attempt to copy again and build confidence on self, so that next exam he is better prepared. I have actually done that as a dean of a college. That's why I have given it here. Now I'm going to show you next slides. If character building, and what those slides will indicate is, if character building was so simple and then this talk was not really required. There are hurdles, there are challenges one comes across. This is when you're building your character. Now look at these slides. Just give me a second. Are you able to see the slide?
No, sir.
No? Wait. Just give me 2 seconds, it will come on.
Sure, sir.
Now you're able to see?
Not yet, sir. Okay, yes, sir. It's visible.
All right. So I was talking about that what hurdles that we face while we are building our character. The primary hurdle is my ego. I feel I am all right. I need not be guided by anything. I need not be reminded of anything. So my ego comes in a way of me forming a character. If there is any kind of discomfort that I face, the first thing I do is I blame someone else without turning inward, saying that yes, somebody else did the mistake, but I too was responsible to some extent. Fear of superior or the system. If I do something right, but which is not correct with respect to someone, how I will be viewed, and surrender to comforts. Character display is not necessarily it will be very comfortable. Okay. And one other thing that people go through is there are certain dichotomies that we are not sure what do we do. I'm showing those dichotomies. Now this is the conflict within self. Yeah. When I come to a situation, number one, surface versus source. Do I remain on the surface or find out why did this happen and go to the source? Why this is happening? Root cause analysis. Or I feel that I need not get into source. I just go by the surface and take a decision. Now, which one is more applicable to me? Which one should I do? Is what leader goes through this sort of a dilemma. Second, principle versus practical. Do I abide by principles only, or I take a practical view? Yeah, do we come across like that? Local versus global. Do I all the time go by local standard, or I also worry about global standard when I'm taking a decision, when I'm interacting with my students, or when I'm interacting with anyone else? Do I look at tenet, or I get succumb to temptation? Most of the frauds, most of the crime that happen because people get succumb to temptation. Unique or universal? Unique or universal? Do I want to be unique, or I want to be just like others? And if I'm questioned, I say, but everybody is doing it. So why are you catching me? Yeah. And the last one, there are many dichotomies, but I have mentioned only few of them here. Personal or public. You will find in many societies, there is somebody who is encountered with COVID. He tells people, yes, guys, I have been infected with COVID, and automatically he does quarantine. He makes it public. Whereas there are some people who keep it personal. They do not tell anyone. And later on, when it is discovered, the entire people in the society, they tell, why did you not tell? So this is the conflict that happens within self. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going out of this PPT, and we'll move ahead, and then I want to show you a small video. Okay. All right. So these are the dichotomies that we go through. Now, how do we decide on what basis? Now, if there's a cohesion in the value internally, it will be exhibited naturally externally. Now, internal cohesion of values will make you follow values without doubt, without hesitation. It will show up in your walk. It will show up in your talk. Now, first ask these questions. What am I expected to do with these values? Before expecting others to follow theirs. Now, when character is broken, it is very difficult to make up. In military service, the first thing an officer is taught is how to differentiate between error and negligence. Error or mistake is at times accepted, but not negligence. Therefore, character has to remain intact. It takes a long time to build character, but it takes very little time to spoil your character. Restoration takes a long time, sometimes irreversible. Now I'm going to show you a small video and see what does video do to us. Yeah, again, give me just 10 seconds. Yeah.
So we are not able to hear anything. Hello? Hello?
Mukul sir.
Yeah. One second. Since you're not able to hear, no, I think I'll just check whether there is any. Just give me one second. How can... Okay.
Kenyan runner Abel Muthai
Yes,
was
sir. Now it's
leading
fine.
a cross-country race at an event in Burlada, Navera in December 2012. He was only a few meters from the finish line but got confused with a sign and stopped, thinking he had finished the race. A Spanish runner, Ivan Fernandez, was right behind him and, realizing what was going on, he started shouting to the Kenyan to keep running. Muthai did not know Spanish and did not understand. Realizing what was going on, Fernandez pushed Muthai to the victory. A reporter asked Ivan, "Why did you do this?" Ivan replied, "My dream is that one day we can have some sort of community life where we push ourselves and help each other to win." The reporter insisted and asked again, "But you could have won." Ivan replied, "I didn't deserve to win it. I did what I had to do." He was the rightful winner. He created a gap that I could not have closed. if he had not made a mistake. As soon as I saw he was stopping, I knew I was not going to pass him. And what would be the merit of this victory? And what would be the honor of this medal? And what would my mother think of it? Moral: the values are transmitted from generation to generation. What values do we teach our children? And how much do you inspire others to earn it? Most of us take advantage of people's weaknesses instead of helping to strengthen them.
Okay, so that's the video. Now, having looked at the actual story in the video, you are able to see me, right?
Yes, sir.
Or it is still the video is on?
So the
Is
video is still visible.
Video still visible? Huh, I thought as much. 1 second. Now?
Yes, sir. Now we can see.
Okay, fine. Okay, great. So once we looked at this video, you recollect all we discussed was in these 2 minutes. I'm sure you will be able to relate what I was talking. How are we building our character? Now this person, the race was for a few minutes, and that time it came very naturally. His character was built, and so he displayed at right time. When anyone else in his place could have got tempted to win the race, his name would have come in paper, he would have got a gold medal, it could have come in his records. But he would be knowing in his mind that he was not the actual winner, Ivan Fernandez. And at that time itself, he told his sportsman, Abel Muthai, to keep running. Now look at the moral lesson given at the end. Do we take disadvantage of someone's weakness? Yes, it's a wonderful message someone has sent. The character has won and not the event. I think this is this is real essence of this, what happened. So do we take disadvantage of someone's weakness, or we help a person overcome a weakness? There used to be a picture going around WhatsApp for quite some time that there are two ladies with their children. One mother is telling the child that, looking at the beggar, that if you don't study, you'll have to become a beggar. Where other mother is telling the child, you become so big that no one has to beg. See the same thing. It's very significant, right? So the answer lies in what character we have built. Yeah. Whatever happens around us, whom do we laugh at? It indicates what is inside me. When life is easy, happy, comfortable, anyone can talk big. But real challenge is when life is not easy, there are difficulties. And at that time, if you display your character, then you are done. Yeah, positively looking at last 6 months or rather 10 months, Corona has forced us to turn inwards, and many people are reconciled to reality while being forced to stay at home. Every person has learned some lesson. People have realized what is most important in life. People have questioned why should they run after something that they don't need. If your character is intact, then only you can object something not fitting into ethical ways, not fitting into principles or values. But if your character has a question mark, then people will not listen to you. Right? All right, friends, we are coming to the end of this session. To sum up, I only say something very short. Well, this topic early in the morning itself is a little heavy. We need some time to digest. Just remember one thing. When nobody is watching you, what you behave is your true character. Character needs to be understood and built. I thank Dean of Bharati Vidyapeeth. I thank Dr. Savita Yadav and all the organizers for giving me an opportunity to reveal my thoughts on character building. I'm now curious to know your views.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, so it was indeed a very interesting presentation. I think you have very well highlighted the importance of character building, what character means, and giving excellent examples, not just national but global examples of global leaders, political as well as sports persons, scientific personalities. So the talk was, I'm sure everybody enjoyed the talk very much. And thank you very much also for bringing it to our notice that today is a very auspicious occasion of the Jayanti of Swami Vivekanand as well as the Jayanti of Jizabai. So we take this opportunity to offer our respects to both these world leaders. And I would now like to open the forum for discussion. So the participants can either post their questions in the chat box, or please you can unmute yourselves and ask the questions directly. I request all the participants who have any issues to be discussed with Mr. Zogaikar to please come forward and ask them.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, you're not audible. Hello? Ma'am, you're not audible.
Sir, how to define character? Whether a character is defined as honesty or whether it is goodness or kindness? What is the how to measure character?
How to measure character? Now, actually, I have not got your question right. Are you saying that how do we measure our character?
Yes. Character means simply honesty, or whether character is truthfulness, or character is modest, humbleness, or character is how to measure character, sir?
Okay. Now, character is not built over one quality or one aspect. It is a combination of like honesty, integrity, sense of justice. There are several values put together forms a character, but then character is seen only when you show it in your interaction. It is not only while talking. There are people who talk about character and character related topics, but their decisions do not indicate that they are actually displaying what they believe. So character it is not one or two points. It's a combination. That's why right in the beginning I mentioned that distinctive qualities which create difference between the two. Like last example I gave, that one mother is scolding a child that you need to study, otherwise you'll do begging. The other one is showing that you become so great that others don't have to do begging. So character is the way it is displayed, the decisions taken.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, there are some remarks here that character building starts with parents. Yes, character building starts with parents, but not necessarily. As I mentioned, there are animals who have shown character. I think I forgot the name of the horse which got the master from Delhi to Jodhpur, and then that horse died. It was sometime in 18th century. Yeah, there's one query someone is asked: if we have not lived in the past to our ideals and we have deviated, how to contemplate this? I think this is a wonderful question Ranjan has asked. That maybe it is possible that when I was young, I was in my developmental time. At that time, I probably have made some mistakes, and I look back, I feel guilty. So it's okay. At that time, we deviated from something. That does happen, but not necessarily we continue like that. Turnaround has always happened. Yeah. So there are people who have given up the wrongdoings in the society or given up violence, given up antisocial activities have come back. They surrender to something that they want to imbibe for the benefit of society. Famous example was there was a thug called Valya, and he became Valmiki Rishi. So not necessarily once you're labeled as you are gone case doesn't mean that you remain like that. Uh, animals also have character. I'm not saying animals have only instinct, but animals also learn what the right thing to do. In fact, there's a movie, there's a video of 8 dogs, and they all are hungry. But when the master is calling one by one, they come in sequence. That way I mean. Of course, they do not understand the way humans understand. There is going to be a difference, but they also learn. Great. Anyone else?
I think earlier there was a question from Mr. Govinda Vagmare. When everyone around us is taking advantage of our situation, what should be our response?
If everyone is, yeah, I think that chat has gone a little ahead. It is the same. No, it is saddening to see in our day-to-day life that people have started taking undue advantage of others' weakness. That's exactly the point which I showed in the last video. And yes, if we remain in transaction, we will take disadvantage of someone else not knowing. But if we rise above transaction, and that is what leader is supposed to do. So character is not limited only to transaction, but it is projected in the form of leadership. And a leader has to rise above transaction. And then he'll not take disadvantage of somebody's weakness. Great. Have I given the right answer? Or rather, are you happy with the answer?
Yes, thank you. Once again, I would like to take this opportunity and thank Mr. Zograikar for sparing his valuable time and informing us about the importance of character building. Thank you, Zograikar sir, and I hope all the participants have thoroughly enjoyed this session.
Madam, can I take 30 seconds?
Sure, sir, sure.
Okay. It was possible that few participants felt that initially the topic was heavy, but I had actually made it thinking that this was the first topic during the day. So later part of the day, our attention span reduces. That's why initially it was more of incitement into thinking, triggering your thinking, forcing you to get into a topic, forcing you to go to dark area where this is not in your textbook. That's why I thought that some amount of cognitive part is needed, and then we switched over to PPT and a video. So I really appreciate patience that is shown by participants. Otherwise, after 20 minutes, people would have started leaving. Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you, Dr. Deepti, for channelizing, navigating the whole topic.
Thank you again, sir. So here we come to the end of the first session. The next session will start at 11:05. We will take a 5 minutes break, and then the next session will be by Dr. Shikha Jain.
Great.
So everyone don't leave the meeting.
Thank you very much. May I leave the meeting, Savita ma'am?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Great. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
The attendance link has been already posted in the chat box. I request all the participants to kindly fill it because the link will expire in 20 minutes.